The Black Room is a 1935 horror movie directed by Roy William Neill, and features the legendary Boris Karloff playing both the villain and the hero. The story begins with the birth of two brothers, twins in fact. Of course, this should be a time of celebration, but not in this family. A prophecy predicts that when twins are born, the younger twin usually goes on to kill the older twin in the castle's Black Room. What's in the Black Room, you ask? Nobody really knows, but it's obviously a pretty evil place if it leads people to murder. In an attempt to thwart the prophecy, the door to the Black Room is sealed up, never to be entered again. We fast forward through the twins' lives and arrive at a time period in the early 1800s. Gregor, the older brother, now a baron, has become a right royal bastard, and is detested by all his subjects. His twin brother Anton, who is way more likable, returns to the castle after a 10-year hiatus. During his travels, Anton learns that a lot has changed since he left, and his carriage is shot at. It is a bullet apparently intended for his prick of a brother. Both brothers are very aware of the prophecy surrounding their family, but are adamant that there is no bad blood between them. The twins are identical in every way, except for Anton, who was born with a paralyzed right arm, which he holds up to his chest at all times. Gregor has a reputation as a hump-em and dump-em kind of dude, which is why his subjects are so pissed off with him. Women have been disappearing for a very long time, and the townspeople want him to pay for his wicked ways. We meet an enchanting young lady named Thea, who plays the harp for the twins at a dinner party, hosted by her father, Colonel Hassel. Gregor is enchanted by Thea, and doesn't keep his intentions to marry her a secret, but she has no interest in the slimy old dickhead. Meanwhile, Thea is in love with the lieutenant, who fears their relationship may ruffle the feathers of her colonel father. Gregor wants her as his baroness, and the lieutenant would rather commit unthinkable acts of violence if that happens. After the dinner party, a servant named Mashka tries to convince Gregor that she is worthy of his love, instead of the harp-playing blonde he has had his eye on. But he is far more interested in eating a pear, and when Mashka hints that she has seen Gregor carrying heavy objects into a secret entrance to the Black Room, he loses his cool and silences her forever. Gregor thinks he is untouchable, and that he can kill women without any consequences, but the townspeople have had enough. His butler grasses him up in the local boozer, and the angry horde make their way to the castle to finally confront the bad boy baron. Gregor couldn't give two shiny shits, and as the subjects storm the grounds he surprisingly steps down from his baron duties, making way for goody two-shoes Anton to take his place. He tells them he will leave the country for good, and Anton will do a much better job than he ever could. But crafty Gregor has a sinister plan. He introduces Anton to his secret access to the Black Room, and before the prophecy can come true, chucks his brother down a big old pit. Bloody charming. Now he can masquerade as Anton, keep his castle and, in the guise of his highly respected brother, marry Thea after all. What a proper asshole. So there we have it. A womanizing tyrant hellbent on doing whatever he wants, even if it means betraying his own flesh and blood, a colonel's daughter who wants to marry the love of her life, and a bloody big hole. Will Gregor fool the world into thinking he is his twin brother? Did Anton survive the fall? Maybe not. And will Thea be able to marry her true love, instead of evil old Gregor? The Black Room deals with themes of greed and jealousy, but the only real horror elements lie in the character of Gregor. We've seen the storyline where twins do the switcheroo 1,000 times before. Jeremy Irons does a stellar job in the 1988 psychological horror film, Dead Ringers. 1977 gave us The Prince and the Pauper, and also there's The Parent Trap. But I didn't think the Black Room had enough drama to compete with its successors. Don't get me wrong, the acting is fine, and Boris Karloff, though not at his most spellbinding, does deliver a performance that at times can be compelling. Unfortunately, there aren't any notable scary moments in the Black Room, except for the room itself. Its ominous mirrored onyx walls create an otherworldly setting, and it seems to only exist as a place to dispose and hide of large objects, like bodies. What a way to go to, thrown down a pit and left to rot, a pretty dark premise that definitely stays with you. So is The Black Room worth watching? After all, it is only 68 minutes, I don't think so, and there are times when I lost interest due to the simple plot and low stakes. If you're going to watch a classic black and white Karloff movie, then you can't go wrong with Frankenstein or The Mummy. But how did you feel about this movie? Maybe you absolutely love the socks off of it. Let me know in the comments below, and subscribe if you want more videos like this one. Cheers babes.